Greetings everybody, welcome to G4G on YouTube. I'm Napalm Dawn, and today we're going to talk about Marvel's Avengers and some news that we're seeing from Enix and Crystal Dynamics. So it was brought to my attention by a friend linking me Jason Schreier's tweet that says, Marvel's Avengers, a service game that has struggled to keep players, is deciding to add more grind and make leveling harder, and the developers are warning players to get in their levels now. What is going on with this game? So, the tweet links to a post or an update on Squeenix's site about Marvel's Avengers. So it mentions that, okay, so Hawkeye is dropping on the 18th. We know that. However, prior to the 18th, you're going to have a certain leveling curve, or as they call it, a certain leveling line. But when Clint drops, they're changing it. What they're going to be doing is a typical RPG curve. You probably may or may not have noticed. I never really cared to notice. But as you level up in Marvel's Avengers, it's a flat line. It always takes the same amount of experience to hit the next level. According to them, skill points are out of pace, and it is coming too quickly, and it's overwhelming characters, and we want each decision to invest in a skill or heroic to be more meaningful. I still think the game absolutely makes those points meaningful, because people have a way of playing or a style, and they choose the points that reflect that style most commonly. So, for example, if you are playing Black Widow, who has the rapid shot, the sniper shot, and the guns akimbo kind of setup, maybe you like sniper because you consistently play with friends, so you can sit in the back and generally not be harassed, and you like to do big numbers. So you're going to put your points into the build that you favor. It's meaningful because you are taking the apples that you want out of the cart and eating them, or slicing them up for your pie based on how the apples are. They're making it sound like they want to dole the apples out to you during wartime rations. Like, here's your one apple. You need to make it last for a whole week. And that is absolutely bullshit. Now, this bug, we discovered players could level characters at a blistering pace if they had multiple high-level characters. Okay, fix that. Sure. But the rest of this is it's trying to make the Japanese RPG level experience on Western audiences, and it's kind of ridiculous. So if you have characters that you want to level and park them before Clint shows up, you have about 14 days to do so. And they're also forgetting there is another grind already caked into the game. And that grind is for the power level, which is different from the character level. A lot of people have said that the 150 grind is really where the grind is, and it's the tougher thing than the character level. But that's okay. Why are you going to shove two heavy grinds onto somebody when you already have a heavy grind? Like, just leave it be the character level as the grind, and give the hero level the tool to do the power level grind. You know, all the reviews, it's like they ignored the reviews when the game was coming out and everything. If you look back at a lot of the reviews that came out when Avengers was hitting, or when the beta was live and people experienced it, everybody was saying that, like, okay, Kamala Khan is great. A lot of the other stuff is Valley of Uncanny Dolls and everything. But the game, quote unquote, opens up when you start getting your talents. That is where the fun of this game is. That's what combats the tedium. If you're going to be on a 6-hour flight from New York to California, the movie, the in-flight entertainment, is the tedium killer. Imagine them making you run on a treadmill to power the screen in front of you so you can watch the movie to get rid of the tedium while introducing an exercise routine in order to power it like a hamster in a wheel. This is... it's just ridiculous that they think this is a good idea. And how many people are going to see this rework and think, man, I was really interested in Clint. If it's going to be that hard to level him, I don't want to play anymore. Like, I think they're possibly going to kill fans right now, pre-Clint, who read this. It's mind-blowing. So they're also reworking cosmetics. We'll be reworking how players obtain certain cosmetic items with the goal of providing more player agency and clarity about how to obtain them by removing randomness from the process. Many of the items are attainable through Strongboxes or Chastity Store, the cosmetic vendor. We want to make sure that when you earn a cosmetic item, it's something you had a choice in working towards. Okay. I can understand that. You have... So, for example, Borderlands 3, you had those Guardian points. So you have your leveling points that go into your skills and your buffs and your augments. But you also had these Guardian points that you would put down one of 3 trees. And as you unlock levels in those trees, you unlock certain uniforms. So a lot of times in Borderlands 3, you go down a specific Guardian point tree to unlock a specific look or skin or something like that. So it is cool to have a more directed thing to work towards, whether it be more cosmetics in the challenge cards or maybe treating it like a real RPG, a looter shooter, where certain cosmetics are tied to certain missions or bosses. Like, these costumes are more likely to drop in these missions. Make some Captain America ones drop more frequently in his iconic missions compared to somewhere else. So giving some theming to it is fine, because this game is literally built on cosmetics as the staying power for its transactions and everything. You're not paying for the DLCs. You're not paying for Kate or Clint. You're paying for Kate to look like Daryl Hannah in Blade Runner. You're paying to make You're paying and playing to make Captain America's forehead not a 6 head, and get a little bit of a better shield or a costume in there, or make Iron Man look like Robo-Burbles or Tweaky from Buck Rogers. So a little more directed agency is, I think, good. Like killing a certain boss in Borderlands 3 to get a certain gun. So the cosmetic vendor will still be open while updating her functionality. The following outfits and nameplates will remain in the vendor while she undergoes rework. And they have a list over here of Black Widow's Dawn of Midnight, Commando Freedom Fighter, Shattered and Fractured, Midas Gunmetal, Detail and Crafted, Thor's Hard Hat, I haven't seen that, Kate Bishop's Private Eye and Heart, and also some nameplates. The following emotes, which were previously level up rewards, will be added to the cosmetic vendor. Oh, never really cared about emotes in this game. If I'm not playing with people, what's the point of the emotes? Finally, we wanted to give players a more immediate reward for activating Hawkeye's challenge card, so we moved an outfit to the first slot of the activated path. With these changes, we hope there will be more balanced experience overall. we'll have more information on replaying the Reassemble campaign and updates to the Harm Room. So here's another thing they're going to have to do when they do this. Certain dailies and weeklies are based on an ability that the character has. Kill 10 synthezoids by using spin to win or crotch kick or head slam. If you destroy their speedy leveling and the ability to put points into your character's talent trees, you cripple the daily challenges because it could become that much harder to unlock spin to win or crotch kick or head slam. You may bury it 2 days into that person playing the character rather than 1 hour, 2 hours. They're going to have to, they're asking for more work for themselves, because if you rework the speed at which you level, you are lessening the chance that somebody might have an ability that the daily goes for. So they're going to have to build a system, hopefully, so that they're not delivering you a daily for an ability that you don't yet have. If it's just simply kill 10 robots with heavy attacks or attacks while in the air or something like that, that's fine and generic. But I have seen ones that have been tied to abilities. And they're asking for more. They're just asking for trouble with the public, and they're asking for more work within their dev house to do that, because they're going to have to make a sanity check that says, okay, I want to deliver this daily for Captain America that says use this new shield ability. And if that person is only level 5 and they haven't unlocked that shield ability yet simply because they can't, there is no mathematical way to do it, that daily shouldn't be delivered to that player. There have been other games that have had sanity checks like that it won't ask you to do things you are not capable of. I don't know if this game will feature that. So if you are playing Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, I suggest you do a lot of work in the next 14 days or by March 18th for your characters. Get them leveled up. We're all going to find out really quickly with Clint how bad this is going to feel. But the fact that they're doing this before Clint means they're setting Clint up to fail, possibly. Because I got done with Kate's aim-based mission, and she was not 50 yet. She still had plenty of levels to go. They really should try and pace out Clint so that he levels properly with his campaign, so that when he gets done with it, he is max level to tackle the rest of his stuff. And if you increase, here's the really bad thing, if you increase the grind and you make it so that you are now spending more time underpowered, you need to have new locales and new missions and new mission parameters and anything. When people are saying you don't have enough content, if you're making them spend more time in there, you're just making them want to hate your game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this changes, and I think they should have waited until after Hawkeye so that people could experience leveling Hawkeye the way that they're used to, and not make people hate him simply because he's a slog to level, even if he's really fun to play, or even if his mission or his campaign is fun. People might attach a lot of negative feelings to him simply because of the Rework game, not actually because of his character design and abilities. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you're still planning on playing Hawkeye when this drops, or if this is something that dissuades you from doing such. See you guys later.